to separate the men from the boys, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's go. Best verse can't allow my intro. Word to blood, daddy. This time is for taking. Time steady ticking. Food supply getting lower and these diapers getting expensive.
Wow, what up? It's your boy E with Boxing Profits, bringing that toe-to-toe value that's undisputed in this industry. Be sure to watch this whole video to get max value out of it. Like the video, share the video, become a subscriber too, so we can continue to bring value to the sport we all love, and that's boxing, you dig? So let's get straight to it. We headed to the 35s, where top-ranked promoter Bob Arum has hit the headlines. And he did an interview with Barbershop Conversations. Shout out to Fred. And he made some interesting comments about Devin Haney that I wanted to talk about in this video, okay? Devin the Dream Haney, the current undefeated WBC champion, is still in this strange predicament that honestly, you know, Haney, himself, and his team, they kind of put him in this space, okay? It's because, you know, I don't have nothing but love for Devin Haney, but I think, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again, and possibly I'm going to reiterate this again later on in this video, that I believe that Devin Haney is a future pay-per-view star. He is, you know, and Haney, you know, he's defending himself outside of the ring with a lot of tweets and whatnot. You know, it's because he understands, you know, he understands what's going on, man, all right? And, you know, they always playing games, right? They move the field goal post, okay? That's what they're doing with Devin Haney, all right? It's because, you know, trust me, man, I have at least 10 videos touching on my discontent or my disapproval, you know, like, what the fuck do I know, right? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this nigga, right, to say he disapproves anything that's going on in the Haney business? But, yeah, you know, I had a right to speak on things. It's because, you know, I saw that misstep a mile away, man. I saw it. When Eddie Hearn, when he released a tweet, this was back in October, if y'all remember now, okay? I was here, okay? I ain't new to this. You feel me? I'm true to this, all right? Eddie Hearn put out a tweet saying that, you know, we're going to set up a date for Devin Haney to fight either Gary Russell Jr. or Yuriorkis Gamboa. You know, is basically penciled in for the date of November the 7th, if y'all remember correctly, right? Because all these fights was like back to back to back, if y'all remember, you know. And Haney, you know, he was putting pressure on Gary Russell Jr. I got many videos on that as well. And we already know, man, you know, Gary Russell Jr., man, you know, he bullshitting, right? He was all cap, and Haney let it be known that he was all cap. And people give Devin Haney a hard time about the Javier Fortuna thing. I touched on that too, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing with Javier Fortuna was what went on with Samson Lukowicz, okay? The man who promotes Javier Fortuna, okay? Samson Lukowicz, you know what I'm saying? God bless him, his health and his recovery. He was battling cancer, to my knowledge, okay? And, you know, he's getting himself together. He's getting his health together. And, you know, during the pandemic and the pandemic, right, you know, that fight fell apart. And then also, Devin Haney suffered a significant shoulder injury, okay? All right? You remember this. The whole email thing was based upon, you know, what Haney was going through as far as his shoulder injury is concerned. He was put in recess during that process, okay? And then that's when Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko and Canelo Alvarez, okay, they both partitioned to become franchise champions, all right? See, I was here for all this. But if y'all rewind it back a little further, okay, before Devin Haney was the mandatory for the WBC, because he was a WBC mandatory for a long time, okay? We're going to say now for the past 2 years. Devin Haney was probably the WBC mandatory. Correct me if I'm wrong, but, you know, all this is freestyle, all right? But I remember these things. Okay, so Haney was a WBC mandatory back when he was like 20 years old, going on 21, okay? This is before he got injured, right? And Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko ducked Devin Haney. This is a fact. This is nothing. You know, Devin Haney was putting pressure on Lomachenko because he was his mandatory, and then they saved Lomachenko by making him the franchise champion, and we all see how that blew up in his face, okay? So now, you know, Bob Arum, I don't know. I guess he wiped the slate clean. He understands that 135 is big business, man. There's a lot of big business in this division, okay? And I'm not trying to make this video long. I'm just trying to, introduce a lot of the details for a lot of the boxing casuals who's watching this video who's not aware of the facts and the timelines. And when I see some bullshit, I'm gonna call bullshit, because what Bob Arum, what he's saying, what he said with Fred is a whole lot of bullshit. Okay, now he's saying that Devin Haney needs to prove himself. What champion on this God green earth needs to prove himself? All right, I'll wait. What champion in this industry that we love with all our heart and soul, right? This is boxing, okay? This is what we do. This is what we know. This is what we study. This is what we wake up to, bro. We serious, hardcore boxing fans, all right? This is what we represent. That's what I represent to the day I die, okay? And I don't plan on dying no time soon at all. So for me to encapsulate this information is very, very easy to me, bro. It's just like me speaking about an old album, right? Like, I remember the day the Blueprint dropped. I remember the whole, nostalgia that came behind Blueprint. I can tell you everything about Blueprint. Dates, times, how long Jigga took to promote the album, to produce the album, the whole 9 yards, right? Where he recorded it. It's not about Jay-Z. What I'm telling you is that when I'm enthralled and I'm transfixed into something I love, I know things, okay? So I said all that to say, y'all don't remember when Bob Arum was saying that he pretended like he didn't even know who Devin Haney was. Now, this is back when Devin Haney was the #1 WBC mandatory challenger, okay? This is when he was in line to face Lomachenko, all right? And Bob Arum tried to pretend like he didn't even know who he was. Now, all of a sudden, today, that Devin Haney is a reigning and defending WBC champion. Now, all of a sudden, he needs to prove himself, worthy of fighting Teofimo Lopez and a whole bunch of crap. Because just a few interviews ago, okay? Like my homie 78 Sports TV, shouts out to him. You know what I'm saying? He called Bob Arum the Bob Father, right? I mean, that's kind of true in a sense. Is because, you know what I'm saying, Bob Arum, he be playing these little games. He play these little headline games, right? And, you know what I'm saying, he cut the switch on and off, as he may. And I think Bob Arum is going on, 89, 90 years old, right? He an old head in this thing, bro. So you have to think that Bob Arum is a little bit more astute and aware of what he said previously and where he is now. He ain't senile yet, bro. Bob is still out in public. He's still rocking the mat. He's still doing everything he need to do to keep himself on the board, and I respect a man like that. You understand what I'm saying to you, bro? It's a lot of bullshit that come out of Bob Arum out. It's a lot of bullshit that Bob Arum dragged a lot of fighters in the past, but I respect a man. And when he stand on his own too and still get out there and handle his business, I respect that. You understand? So with all that being said, okay, Bob Arum is making his rounds, and they all trying to denigrate Devin the Dream Haney. Devin Haney had he had an elite performance against Yuriokas Gamboa, okay? He showed everything in that fight, all right? The only thing he didn't show was a knockout. Everybody was trying to compare him against Gervonta Tank Davis and things of that nature, bro. Devin Haney systematically broke down Yuriokas Gamboa, and even though he was a one-legged punk coming into the ring with all these disadvantages, weight disadvantages, the whole shebang, okay? We all know that Devin Haney took that fight just to add prestige to his WBC title. He needed the defense under that title to give him the leverage to be able to go after these unification bouts, okay? And the only person that's on the board for unification is Teofimo Lopez. So they moved the field goal post. I just need y'all to be aware of this. That's why I'm talking now and letting y'all know that, look, man, y'all need to just pay attention to what's going on, bro. Y'all need to see the bullshit, and y'all need to call it out, bro. And that's why I say we need to have civil disobedience when it comes to this boxing game. I have a lot of love and a lot of admiration, a lot of respect for Bob Arum, and what he does with Top Rank is because I understand the business side of boxing. But what I also understand is this, bro. A lot of people don't know who Devin Haney is. He's on a rinky-dink platform with the Zone, who I believe that Devin Haney is going to rise the Zone out of the ashes. This is going to be something that an American is going to be able to do, is to pull, to get the Zone off of life support. It's not going to be the Cinnabump Canelo Alvarez. And I got another video coming right after this one, going into details about that one. Is because I believe that Canelo Alvarez is being set up to fail against I call him, you know what I mean, Yildirim. His name is what, Anthony Yildirim, whatever that guy's name is. It's not about Canelo Alvarez right now. What I'm trying to say to you is that Devin Haney and Bill Haney, they you know what I'm saying, they're the ones that's pulling the strings and running shit over there at the Zone, you know what I'm saying, in a partnership with Eddie Hearn. See, people need to understand this, bro. Devin Haney has his own promotional company. He's a champion. He's undefeated. He's been backed by the Mayweathers from his inception and coming into the boxing industry, okay? So these guys are pretending and trying to act like they don't know who Devin Haney is. Listen, bro, this dude got a phone call from Jigga. You see how the universe works, bro? Bro, Jigga and the blueprint and things of that nature. Jay-Z called Devin Haney, okay, on the phone, and congratulated this man after his performance against Yuri Gamboa. So if Jay-Z is paying attention to Devin Haney, Jay-Z is he's the fattest cat out there, okay? This man's a billionaire, all right? He got more money than Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, and all them combined, all right? And he's paying attention to Devin the Dream Haney. So why Bob Arum try to pretend like he didn't know who he was, right? Now all of a sudden they're saying he needs to prove himself and different things of that nature. No, what Devin Haney needs, he needs an opportunity now that he has prestige with the WBC title. And that's what he's calling out for. That's why he's on social media with this onslaught defending himself, is because he called out all of these guys. Javier Fortuna, he's called out all these guys, bro, all of them. Ryan Garcia told him he had to wait. You know, everybody at the top of the 135 division, Devin Haney's called them out, and they all ducked him. And now they trying to make it seem like Devin Haney is being unreasonable and all this other crap, and that he's not known and blah, 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 and all this bullshit, okay? It's a whole bunch of bullshit. It's because they fear Devin Haney, okay? Because they know once Devin Haney gets his hands on another title, they know once this man gets his pay-per-view reigns going, they know once he gets that DAZN application up and running, they know that Devin Haney is going to be the big motherfucking fish. And they did the same exact thing to Errol the True Spence Jr. Tell me where I'm lying at. Tell me where I'm lying at. They did the same thing to Errol Spence. Errol Spence had to fight through all that. He had to fight through accidents. He had to fight through everything. His man's life was on the line. And they still trying to demagnetize, you know, the electromagnetic energy that emits from Errol Spence, man. You understand what I'm saying to you, bro? They do the same thing to Devin the Dream Haney, bro. And this is a continuing thing. This is what goes on in boxing. This is what this game is. So I said all that to say is this: I'm calling out Bob Arum for his bullshit, okay? I'm pulling his bullshit card, right? It's because they know that Devin Haney has the style that's going to beat all the top dogs in the 135. Now, I truly do believe that it's in Devin Haney's best interest to take on either Linares, who's the number 3 in the WBC, and Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? If he can match up and dominate and put on a masterful performance, just like he did with Yuri Gamboa against one of those guys, then they're gonna find other reasons to duck him. They're gonna say, oh, the guy is boring. He's this, he's that. No, he's not. He's not drawing any fans and all this other bull crap, right? It's always gonna be a whole bunch of bullshit when it comes to Devin the Dream Haney until somebody with some balls step up, you know what I'm saying, and accept the hard check that Devin Haney's been putting on the table for all the top guys at the 130 division. So I'm putting into all this bullshit, not letting it be known that this man ain't ducking nobody, bruh. He ain't ducking nobody. He ain't ducking no smoke from nobody, okay? But I do believe it's in Devin Haney's best interest to just go on ahead and go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? I know Haney, he wants to stand on his own. I respect that. He's got his own promotional company. He's got his own brand. He got everything going for himself. Y'all remember the real Devin Haney, the YouTube things back in the day before this man was even known, when he was fighting cab drivers and Uber drivers down in Mexico, bro? This man had a name for himself. All the superstars in the game knew who Devin Haney was because of his connections to the Mayweathers, okay? So let's not play no games. And then, you know, him training with Floyd Money Mayweather, bro, trust me, man. Devin Haney is in good hands, and he's going to be all right as long as he gets the opportunity. And if he don't get it at 135, then it just serves him well to move up into the 140 division. You know what I'm saying? Once the scene gets cleared up there with this undisputed matchup that's potentially brewing between Ramirez and Taylor, you know what I'm saying? You know, once that settles, you know what I'm saying, Teofimo moves up there, then Devin Haney's going to chase him up there the same way Shakur Stevenson did Oscar Valdez. See, we go through this cycle. It's cyclical. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I appreciate and honor all of y'all for sitting back, you know what I'm saying, let me warm up and get my mind right, you know what I'm saying, for this video. But I just wanted to defend Devin Haney's honor coming from my perspective is because I'm totally aware of who Devin Haney is. I know what's going on with Devin Haney. So all these big wigs and these fat cats, bro, they play this little stupid-ass game, right? And they drag the boxing fans down this long haul of smoke and mirrors for long times, bro. For years and years, they drag us down this thing. You know what I'm saying? In hopes that this guy's either going to lose, he's going to get injured again. They can find some kind of reasonable and tangible excuse as to why not to fight him. Is because they know the bullshit. It can only go so long, bro. This man's a champion now. This man's a champion. And y'all need to give this man his respect. That's that, you know, put some respect on his name, like the Birdman said. You understand what I'm saying to you? Anyway, man, let me know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below. Do y'all agree with Bob Arum's guesstimation about what's going on with Devin Haney and all the bullshit that's coming out of his mouth? Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. It's your boy E with Boxing Profit. Signing out to the next one. Holla at your boy 100. Whoop, out.